With BlackRock looking to tokenize real-world assets on the Ethereum network using Coinbase to build the infrastructure, I thought it'd be a fantastic idea to highlight some projects that I believe BlackRock could potentially pursue in the future. Let's get to it. So we're going to start here with Stacks, and I think Stacks is a really interesting project. I think that this is the blue chip of L2s on the Bitcoin ecosystem. Basically, they are looking to support people to use and build apps that leverage Bitcoin as a secure base layer. This is a very cool project, one that I highlighted when it was about $1, talking about the fact that I think people should be FOMOing into the research and looking at this one, because I think that it's an awesome project. They've been around for a long time, and I think that they are the leader in this space. Now, with all of the stuff being built on top of Bitcoin, be this NFTs, Lightning Network, Tectum, and various other payment, layers to Bitcoin, there's definitely a requirement for a project like Stacks. And I think that it's one of those projects that will eventually find itself in, some sort of fund or even end up with an ETF in the future. I think that it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this project develops over the coming months and years. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on Stacks. Obviously, this is pre-recorded. It's up 1.42% in the past 24 hours. It's at $3.67. Now, I believe that this one is going to get an awful lot of traction, as we get closer and past the Bitcoin halving. So look, this is the only one in this video where I'm, sort of talking about it before it's really, as it's already kind of, moving, right? And it's moving because we've already got the Bitcoin spot ETF approved, and there's lots of money flowing into Bitcoin. Some of these others are going to be projects that, perhaps haven't started moving as much as they will in the future. So let's get on to the next one, and that would be Ethereum. So for me, Ethereum it's inevitable, I guess, that it's going to get approval for a ETF, a spot ETF. And look, we've already started to see the price move for this one. It's up 7.66% in the past 24 hours. I did tell you this was coming. I told you before the Bitcoin spot ETF was actually approved that we would end up getting an Ethereum spot ETF. I said that it was inevitable back then. I believe that May is the deadline. I expect that to be extended and some changes needed to be made before we get the approval. But ultimately, I do think that we are going to get the approval for the Ethereum spot ETF. Now, it's a layer one. There's lots of projects building on this ecosystem. BlackRock have come out and said that, they're going to build and tokenize real world assets on the Ethereum network. I think it says it all, right? They're going to be layering into, Ethereum for their portfolio and for the spot ETF. I think it's inevitable that this happens, but you let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Currently at 3,639.34. And moving on, the next one, if I just reload this, Solana. I think that after we've had the spot ETF for Ethereum, I do think that we're then going to start to roll out of, Bitcoin and Ethereum and into other altcoins. And I think that Solana really does pose a threat and potentially could flip Ethereum long term. I think out of all of the layer ones at the moment, Solana seems to be leading the pack, but I do like the look of Cardano as well. But Solana is up 9.25% in the past 24 hours at 192.20. Again, think this one's going to do really, really well, and will be a future spot ETF for the Solana one as well. Just flipping back, I should have probably covered this one before covering Solana. Polygon-matic, I think in the same way that I talk about stacks, I think that Polygon-matic is the blue chip layer 2 on Ethereum. And if we look at what's happened with Bitcoin, we can kind of emulate that is going to happen with Ethereum. So on that basis, my expectations are that, you know, companies like BlackRock, ARK Invest, Fidelity, and so on, they are probably going to start to, you know, get some positions in a project like Polygon-matic. I think, again, it's just inevitable over time. You start off with Bitcoin, you know, you see tremendous gains and profitability. That then becomes, you know, less volatile, more stable, and you move into the likes of Ethereum. Again, you go through that same cycle, that same process, and then you roll into other altcoins. I think it's inevitable. You know, we are the channel that called, you know, everything being tokenized on the blockchain back in 2020. We highlighted that AI was going to be this monstrous narrative back in 2020. We've given our community ample opportunity to layer into a lot of these projects. We were talking about Singularity Net, which was AGI back then, not AGIX. Super early, you know, getting into Polygon-matic at 1.5 cents. I mean, there's not many channels that can say that. Now, what I would say is, you know, this is how we see the future, right? And we've been bang on right up until now, and I don't think that that's going to change. But obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Just FOMO into the research and see whether you believe that I'm accurate in what I'm saying or not, and you make your own investment decisions based on that. But Polygon-matic, again, a scaling solution for Ethereum. You know, that we all know what the fees are like. It's going to be extortionate to move Ethereum and you know, transact on the Ethereum network without layer 2s and scaling solutions. So, you know, for me, no better scaling solution layer 2 on the Ethereum network than Polygon-matic. It's up 5.88% in the past 24 hours and stands at $1.06. Again, I'm talking about this one before it really moves like I expect it to. You know, this one for me has got some huge potential, and I am purchasing it and layering in. Next one's going to, you know, cause, I guess, a bit of, you know, animosity between, you know, a few people. But XRP, I think out of all of the altcoins, XRP is probably one that isn't on many people's radars. I do think that it's going to go and, you know, do really well. I do think that we will see a spot ETF for XRP as well. I think out of all of the altcoins, it's probably the one with the most clarity as to whether it's a security or not. So with that said, I do think that there is a huge opportunity for these big, monstrous institutions like BlackRock and JP Morgan and Grayscale and, you know, ARK Invest, and the list goes on when it comes to XRP. Regardless of its use case, I just think, you know, as an investment instrument, it's going to be right up there. Currently up 4.04% in the past 24 hours at 65 cent 53. Definitely worth looking at. Again, I think that there will be allocations made into this asset from some of these big institutional players. Those are the altcoins that I think people should be researching, looking at, and potentially, if they see what I see, investing in. I'm not a financial advisor. I treat this as entertainment purposes only. Go away, do your own research, FOMO into the research, not investments. You know, if you do risk losing all of your money because crypto investing is very, very risky. So, you know, make sure that you get, you know, proper financial advice before making those decisions that you make and pull the trigger on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.